Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today we're checking out MyClaw AI, and it's basically just an online instance of openclaw running in the cloud, 24/7 available. So if you found it too difficult to set up at home, you can use this service. We're showing you how much it costs, the token usage, the different API model providers you can, and all different skills you can utilize with the system. So it's a personal AI system that everyone is checking out, and it's like one of the fastest open projects that are out there at the moment. You can connect your instance with WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, web chat, all these kind of situations. So use cases, code automation. So let's test out some coding in this situation. Smart file management, AI assistant, AI car purchase negotiation. I need this tool for negotiating. So, I always feel like I'm getting ripped off. So it's going to be probably good for that situation. So let's log in. And when you log in, you get a straight much openclaw just running in the cloud, except check this out. We got access to Claude, Opus 4.7. We got Claude Haiku. We got Gemini, GPTs, K 2.5, and Minimax. And what you want to check out is the AI models tab, because that tells you all about the prices. So Claude Opus 4.7, it's around $22 for 1,000,000 tokens. But if you switcheroo and go to Minimax, that's only $1 for 1,000,000 tokens. Amazing. Now you also have something called a backup model. So if the main model isn't available, it'll switch automatically to the backup model. And this is very good. You probably want to set this monthly limit for this claw. So right now it's unlimited and I've only got $12 in the account. So I probably want to limit it to $5 maybe. I'll put in a $5 limit there just to see what's going on. I've already used $28. Oh man. Okay, $35. There you go. We are set for this demonstration. This looks nice. You got a little openclaw kind of like logo over there to tell you it's vibing. So we've got this feature called tool calls and tool results. So it's showing me the tool call that's making. It's checking out Bootstrap. Who am I? Reminding itself who it is, because this openclaw situation has a memory. So it has kind of like a living log file of your interactions with it. Then you can update it depending on your experience with it. So hey, I just came online, fresh workspace, no memory yet. So he wants to ask me some questions. I'll say, forget that. Can you tell me the latest papers on quantization? So I'm going to ask you now to do a research question. Let's just say we're doing a PhD and we're on a research assistant to do some work for us. So it's parking the Bootstrap and it's going to tell me the latest papers on quantization of LLMs. So it's making two tool calls. Let's click on the tool calls, find out what it is. So it's doing a web search for the latest papers in LLM quantization. That's what I asked for. And it went straight to archive. Archive, that's probably the most popular site out there. And it's nice that you can actually see the tool input and tool outputs. So we've got one, widening the gap, exploiting LLM quantization with outlier injection, high rate quantized matrix multiplication, finer is better, co-quant, subspace projection. They do weight activation. That means they run some queries through it, check out the activations and find out which ones get activated the most. And I guess depending on which one gets activated the most, they mix the precision up. I say, are there any standout breakthroughs? Be my analyst now. So it's researched the latest papers over here, the top 6, and I'm asking it, are there any breakthroughs that I should implement in my inference engine? And there's actually 2 standout papers worth my time. Tier 1 implement now. I don't need to read anymore. I can just save my life's brain, make it focus on other stuff like watching TV all day, and I can just get it to do the work for me. So let's see. Lattice vector quantization for efficient LLM compression. It just came out on the 11th of March. Scalar quantization multi model. So apparently you can compress it down to 2 to 3 bits with workable inference speed. So regarding your number 1 suggestion, is it an inline technique where I can just plug it in and it'll come up with the output, or does it require data to measure the activations? If anyone knows anything about quantization, the data methods, they require you to run inferences on the full fat model that doesn't fit in memory with your inferences, and then it will pick the levels to compress based on that. So that takes forever, especially if you're streaming it from this. So I want to know if this is actually practical or if it's a good question. Let me actually check the paper directly rather than guess. Short answer is data free. But in practice, you still want calibration data. So what is it? What is going on? So it just says it is actually data free and just messes around with the actual data. So no activations needed, but where data sticks back in. So it's benchmarked with some other stuff. So apparently this could be a winner because they're saying that it is data free. They're saying also you also probably need data calibration to make it good, but the essence of it is data free. We're going into a random topic, just picking our brains out, finding out some stuff. You could have picked anything and just vibed with it around it. So they're saying, do you want release codes? Yes, check for code. So unfortunately, you couldn't find any code for this implementation. So right now we're gonna have to go into the paper and figure it out ourselves, or maybe we can actually get it to writing. But speaking of which, since it can do some web searches and it can do some sort of research for you, I want to make this into the money-making agent. So the idea is, can you write me a skill or job that will run this query every week to let me know the latest paper and deeply analyze on its effectiveness? So this is where the cookie will crumble or not. I've kind of vibed with it. I gave it a task. I reasoned through that task to find out if it's actually worthwhile or not. Now I'm going to ask it, can it make an automatic job that it will run once a week for me to get the latest papers and find out is it feasible and get the code that is to implement it. So let's just see if we can figure this out. Good idea. The Korean's approach is going to make a weekly cron job that spawned in an isolated agent turn. It does a search, deeps and reports back to the chat. No skill file needed or anything. I'll say, yeah. So we didn't need to make a skill file. It's just going to make a cron job, which is a job that just runs on a schedule. It's going to schedule it for once a week. So once a week, I'm going to know the latest happenings in the world of LLMs. And that is pretty cool. Don't need any more research assistance for me. I got this tool doing it for me. So with weekly paper scan, this is the message it gave me. Review step 1. So pretty much just put the skill or them in the message. So this is the message it's going to do, and it's scheduled it to run once a week. So it's done that job there, and it's made a directory and it's added it to my memory. So that memory file is going to check the job, and the job is going to run once a week. So every Monday at 9, it's going to do an isolated session. It won't blow our chat history. It's going to be separate out of this. It's going to fetch the last 7 days of papers, and it's going to triage them, deep dive, and report back 400, 700 word opinionated. And that is awesome. So you can test the job now, so we can run it and see if it works. And that will be our first report. You know what? I'm going to do that. Yes, test the job. So it's running the job right now. It's doing it in the background. So it should be a few minutes and it's going to stay out of the way. And in the meantime, here, I'm going to click on the cron jobs tab to see if it actually has added it to the weekly panel. So we have yes, enabled job. One job has been enabled. And there it is. This is the job that we've just made. So we've pretty much got a weekly employee doing this work for us. Now, in case you're interested, there are a plethora of different skills you can use. You can plug it into your Google Workspace, quick capture, self-improving agent. Yowzers, we're here already. Asian AI is happening. We got Peekaboo. Now, this is something great for your kids as well. Peekaboo. You can do that one as well. AI, PPT, add Nana, Banana, Obsidian, all this kind of stuff. It's all built in for you. So just as easy as that, we use MyClaw AI running in the cloud. You can connect to your WhatsApp, you can connect to your Slack, connect to all the stuff, get it to do jobs for you. We made it do an automated scheduled tool to do our job for us. Every week is going to do my job. What kind of jobs would you get running on your system? What do you guys think? Hope you guys found the video useful and enjoyed the show.